Hey friends, as 2024 is approaching, I want to make use of the book that I recently read to share some insights on how to be more productive and make time for ourselves in the coming new year. The title of the book is Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Zaraski. Stick around because we are not just discussing concepts, we are breaking down real-life examples to help you implement these strategies effectively. The overview of the book is very simple. It has a 4-part framework, namely highlight, laser, energize, and reflect. Let me give you a quick rundown of each framework. Highlight simply means start each day by choosing a focal point. Laser means you want to beat distractions to make time for your highlight. Energize means you want to use your body to recharge the brain. And finally, reflect simply means you want to adjust and improve your system. Let's talk about the daily highlight. Think of it as a beacon in your day, a focal point that keeps you intentional. Here is a tangible example. Suppose your daily highlight falls under the joy category. It could be spending quality time with your family, plan an activity, maybe a game night or movie together. By deliberately setting this highlight, you are ensuring a meaningful and memorable day. So how do you choose your daily highlight? Let's get practical. Your highlight could be completing a pressing work task. Write it down. Break it down further. What specific steps can you take? Perhaps you allocate the first 30 minutes of a workday to tackle the most urgent task. By breaking it down, you make it achievable and clear. After you have chosen your daily highlight, implementation is key. Let's say your daily highlight is related to satisfaction. Maybe you want to make progress on a personal project, like writing a blog post. Write it down. Block it out in a calendar, set aside a specific time, create a dedicated workspace, and eliminate distractions by turning on airplane mode on your phone or wearing a pair of headphones to tell others that you are deep at work, etc. By physically blocking distractions, you are ensuring that you can give your full attention to your highlight. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the constant hustle, like every week is just a blur? That's the busy bandwagon at play. So how can we counter this? This is where the second part of the framework, laser, comes in. One way is identifying your infinity pools, those endless sources of distraction. Think about the apps that you mindlessly scroll through. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, etc. Jake and John suggest creating friction in accessing these apps, making it harder to give in to distractions. One of the tactics is to be the boss of your phone. I'm going to extract 2 ideas from the book and share with you. The first idea is to clear the home screen and push the apps to the second or third page of your phone. When those apps are not on the home page, you don't really think of them. You got to scroll to the next page to find those apps. Another way, if you want to go deeper, is to log out of those apps so that you need to re-log in the next time you use the app. This is going to create more friction to using the apps. How about our emails? There are so many tactics in the books to help you tackle the inbox. There are some interesting ways shared by the authors. 1. Deal with email at the end of the day. In this way, you are tackling your daily highlight first. You are giving yourself the priority and not other people's agendas. Another idea is to set up send-only email. You can practically applying this by removing the primary email account from your phone and setting up a secondary send-only account. When you need to send an email, open a secondary account. This simple switch reduces the temptation to check emails constantly and keep your attention on your highlight. The next laser tactic is to help you find your flow. A practical example is to create a physical barrier to minimize distractions. Designate a specific area for focus work, such as a corner of your room or a dedicated workspace. Close the door to this area. By having a designated spot, you are signaling to yourself and others that this is your dedicated time for focus work. Another helpful idea that I've learned is to set artificial deadlines. When you create a deadline, you will find a way to complete your tasks. Now, on to energize. The authors talk about exercise every day, but don't be a hero doing that. Choose exercises that you enjoy so that you feel energized after the session. One simple exercise is to go for walks. It is your me time as well as thinking and learning time. When you go for walks, you may actually feel more productive and accomplished for the day. For me, I like to get out of the office and do some pull-ups. It is a way for me to gain my pulling strength as well as break away from my chair whenever I'm sitting too long. How about our diet? The authors talk about this method called Central Park Your Plate. Basically, it is to keep the meal light and energizing. Put salad on the plate first, then add everything everything else around it. It's like Central Park in New York City. You're reserving a big piece of territory for greens before you develop around the perimeter. More salad means less heavy food and most likely greater energy after eating. As for improving your sleep, the authors mention a tactic called fake the sunset. Suppose you're struggling with quality sleep. Try adjusting your surroundings. Use warm lighting before bedtime to mimic a sunset. This simple change can signal to your body that it's time to wind down, potentially improving your sleep quality. Lastly, Step 4. Reflecting on your day. A way to implement this is to create a daily reflection template. If you are tech savvy, use tools like Notion or any note-taking app. Take note of what worked and what didn't. If you find certain tactics or highlights consistently effective, make them a part of your daily routine. So there you have it, a breakdown of Make Time with some practical examples to help you integrate these strategies into your life. There are many more tactics shared by the authors. I strongly recommend that you check out this book. I'll put a link in the description below. Remember, it's not about adopting a one-size-fits-all approach, but tailoring these strategies to your unique needs. If you found these examples useful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe for more actionable productivity tips. Until next time, have yourself a productive week.